Hello, ladies, gentlemen, miscellaneous others. Welcome to a brand new series. Now, I know I keep starting series and not finishing them. And to that I say too bad, blame the neurodivergence. This series, as you may be able to tell from the title and probably thumbnail, is not going to be centered around Halo. I just thought this was a cool picture. Is in fact going to be centered around the Create mod. Now, today I'm going to be talking through how to install the Create mod via CurseForge and how to, basically what sort of mod pack we're going to be using. Now, while CurseForge loads up, I'm going to talk through the sort of thing we're going to be doing. Now, we're going to focus on solely the Create mod from day one. I'm going to have a couple of quality of life mods in there as well, just because otherwise I will get bored. And then we'll have a video later on explaining Create mod add-ons, because frankly nobody plays base Create, you always play with add-ons, but I want the first sort of, I'm going to say 20 odd videos, probably less depending on how much I get done per video, to be solely just Create mod, that's it. First thing you're going to want to do is open up CurseForge. I'm going to do this in CurseForge because it's easy. Normally I use Prism, but I just link my Prism to CurseForge, so I just get CurseForge to do all the heavy lifting for me. I use Prism because my internet is atrocious, so it allows me to record things offline and whatnot. So first thing you're going to do, I'll go on Create mod, not on Create mod, sorry, on CurseForge. You've got any packs you may have already created, but I'm just going to talk you through what we're going to have. So this is going to be Create. Actually, I tell a lie, that's not what we're going to do. What we're going to first do is go on to, Create. I spelled Create mod. And we want to go purely on mods, and we want to find just Create. I can't spell Create. There we go. There we go. And we want to find Create, and we're going to just want the most recent version. We're going to install, we want a new profile, and this is what we're going to call Create Guide. And you can see it's on 1.21.1, which means it's a few versions behind, but Create hasn't done its update yet. The problem with Minecraft doing its new update thing where it does like 4 a year is it makes it really difficult for Modpack makers because you have to update your mods every time. I make mods, by the way, just hence my whining. So anyway, we're going to let this install. It shouldn't take too long. And while this installs, we're going to click Add Content. Now, we are going to be focusing purely on Create, but I do also want JEI, mainly so that I can show you guys things. Mouse tweaks and apple skin, just because it's nicer. We're going to have modern fix because it is a fantastic efficiency mod, makes things work really well, which means we also, if you want modern fix, you also need ferrite core. There it is. We're also going to have jade, again it's useful. We're going to have curios, sophisticated backpacks. There was one thing. Oh yes, and then the last one I'm going to search for, and it is FTB Ultimine. Oh no, that's not how you spell alt. FTB Ultimine. There we go, that one. Oh hello, I've just received a message. How wonderful! People are talking to me. This is unusual. All right, and then we can go and Create Guide, and you can see all the mods that we have. I think this is all we want for the minute. Like I say, I want to be purely focused on Create. Now, I am going to mention with sophisticated backpacks, it is quite OP in places. I'm going to use it purely for inventory management. It's not going to be for any farms where I use the magnet upgrade and things like that. It's purely just inventory management for ease, because otherwise I will be here all month sorting out my inventory, because the problem that Minecraft has in vanilla is that your inventory is too small. So think about how much of a problem that would be if you have, you know, 3 mods worth of things being added to that. I'm just going to quickly show you this. This is just my sort of general Create stuff. If you do... Ooh, that's something I need to add. Hang on, okay, I'll add those in a sec. But this is sort of, give or take, what we're going to be aiming for with add-on mods. Not add-on mod, that doesn't make any sense. Add-on mods and things. You can see we've got, you've got all of those of standards, but stamos, tweaks, stuff and additions, copper and zinc, all those things. But I am just going to add Nature's Compass, Explorer's Compass, and Dynamic Lights. Again, it's just quality of life, no other reason. They do not add anything, so we want compass, there we go. Nature's Compass, Explorer's Compass, and then we want Dynamic Lights, there we go. And there we go, that is our full pack. So we have create and then an assortment of just sort of quality of life things, really. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually, we'll go through world creation in this episode, and then next episode we'll get into some actual gameplay. So we're going to hit play. It will take a minute, but eventually the Minecraft launcher should open. We get a lovely little cinematic. Here we go, and then when you hit play, it will say this. It's just complaining because it's worried that you've installed some dodgy mods that are going to break the game. All the mods that I have installed currently are not going to break the game. You will be fine. Generally just click that box because it saves a lot of bother. Really don't worry about it unless you're downloading mods from some weird back alley place. I really wouldn't worry about it. So hit play. This might take a minute the first time around, but thankfully my internet seems to be playing ball today. And then it should hopefully open up a new window with NeoForge. Now we're using NeoForge rather than Forge or Fabric because it's my preferred mod loader. No other reason really. It's the easiest to make mods for, so if I ever decide I want to make a custom mod to go into this...
Press enter to enable the narrator.
No, I don't want the narrator, but thank you for trying. If I ever decide I want to make a custom mod for this, I can just nip into MC and Creator or whatever, how you say it. Anyway, so, options. First thing I'm going to do is crank that down to like 20, I reckon. And then crank that down even further to like 20. Because otherwise you lot aren't going to be able to hear my wondrous voice. Actually, I'll keep that off because normally I'd have it on, but because of I'm doing recording and things, I'm not sure how that'll handle. But I will put subtitles on. That can all stay for the minute. I might end up turning some of these down depending on how our farms end up, but that can stay. Video settings, that can all stay. I'm going to cap my frame rate at 60. I tend to record at 30 FPS anyway. I know I'm horrible to you people, but I haven't got the SSD space for you lot. And I think that can stay as is for now. Only thing I am going to do actually is going to keybinds find FTB Ultimine and change that to Alt. Now the reason I always have it as Alt is when I first started getting into mods is I was convinced that Ultimine was actually Ultimine, as in the key Alt, and that's because I watched like Lagundo and people like that who were playing with Ultimine, and because of their accent it sounded like Alt rather than Alt, which are quite similar, to be fair. I'm not complaining at them, it's completely fine, I don't blame you. But it meant that the first time I made my own mod pack, I could not find the mod for the life of me. I'm typing in Ultimine and nothing's coming up. So I now have it bound to Alt to remind me of my stupidity. Speaking of stupidity, I've forgotten the blazing obvious. There we go, that's better, isn't it? Right, yes, right, we're going to go into single player. Now, because I haven't created a world, it is going to have one for us. So let's go create guide. I am useless at spelling. Let's capitalize some things, shall we? Create guide. We want it in survival. I'm going to put it in normal difficulty. I might end up knocking it down to easy because I'm bad at the game. I'm going to put commands on just in case things break. I may also use the force load command in place of a chunk loader. But if I do that, I will ask for some sort of forfeit from you lot. World type can remain on default. I'm not going to put in a fancy seed. I will, when I eventually be next episode, at the start of the next episode, I will show you all the seed if you want to play with the same seed as me. I am going to turn on keep inventory. Now, I know that many of you may see that as cheating, but I am just bad at the game, and if I don't have that on, we will be all month waiting for me to do one video, because I'll keep dying and then losing all my stuff and I won't be able to make a bloody iron farm, for example. Yes, let's just see, is there anything else I want to... yes, fire tick wants to be off. That's fairly standard for world creation, but that is your lot. So I am going to hit create new world, I'm going to stop recording and do a tad bit of editing, and then I'm going to release this video immediately and start recording the next one, which we'll probably release in a couple of days if you're watching this at time of recording. I'm hoping, because I've got all day today to make videos, I might be able to get maybe 3 or 4 done now, and then I can release them over the coming week or two. That's a good point actually. My recording schedule is going to be incredibly sporadic, because I do not have time, because I'm trying to do AS levels, I'm trying to be a chef, I'm doing all sorts of game development. I can't seem to be able to get into Godot, but there you go. So yeah, I've got a long list of things that I need to be doing, and this is quite far down it, but I do very much enjoy playing Create Mod, so I'm hoping that rather than just defaulting to my single player Create World that I've just been tinkering around on, I can default to this and just record videos. You might end up with some silent videos, because I might be recording in the middle of the night and I don't want to wake up my family, but you know, I'm going to stop yapping now. I do apologise, blame the neurodivergence once again. Thank you very much for entertaining my stupidity. Please do feel free to subscribe, add comments down below of anything you'd like to see me build. One of the big things about the Create Mod is people always use it for factories, but you can also just use it to build cool things, which I very much intend to do once I get some factories down, because the factories are the fun bit. Yeah, do subscribe, like the video. If you have a look on my channel, there's a second channel linked there called Radio C, where me and a friend of mine run a podcast. I also do a radio play that I've just released the first episode of. First episode isn't great, but I'm just introducing characters, so hopefully it should get funnier as we go along. I'm also doing some animation work with my friends, so hopefully that will come out soon, so do feel free to have a look over there. But this is going to be it for now. I've done an awful lot of yapping at you, so do subscribe, like the video, leave a comment, say hi. I love you all, goodbye.